The night was still when Daniel stepped out of his car, returning from a long shift at the factory. In his hand, he held flowers for his wife, Laura, one last attempt to mend what was fraying. Things had been rough between them, but Daniel still believed in healing through love. When he stepped into the house, something felt off. The lights were low, the air tense, and silence hung too heavy. As he moved cautiously toward the bedroom, his gut twisted. Rounding the corner, he froze. A man stood there, arm raised, a gun aimed straight at Daniel's chest. There was no time to speak, no time to run. 7 gunshots cracked through the air. Daniel collapsed. Blood poured through his shirt. Laura screamed behind the shooter. A neighbor, startled by the noise, called 911. Paramedics arrived within minutes. Daniel was rushed to the ER, barely alive. Doctors fought for hours to save him. Bullets had ripped through his lungs, shoulder, and liver. They put him in a medically induced coma. Few thought he'd last the night. Laura came once, then vanished. But Daniel's brother, Michael, stayed. Every day, praying, watching, refusing to give up. 6 weeks later, Daniel's eyes opened. He couldn't speak, could barely move, but he had survived. Nurses whispered about miracles. Doctors called it impossible. Once he could speak again, he asked the only question on his mind. Who shot me? Michael hesitated, then told the truth. Laura had been cheating with a man named Vince for over a year. The night of the shooting, she had lured Daniel home. Vince had been waiting to kill him. It wasn't spontaneous. It was planned. It was a hit. Pain and betrayal surged through Daniel. But he made a vow right there in that bed. He wouldn't fight back with violence. He would rise through truth, through justice. 3 brutal months of therapy followed. Every move hurt, but Daniel endured it. He pushed through the pain. He had purpose now. After his release from the hospital, he disappeared, changed numbers, moved in with Michael, hired a private investigator. The PI found everything: texts, photos, call logs, even camera footage of Laura and Vince. The proof was undeniable. But Daniel didn't just want revenge. He wanted the world to know. He built a blog, anonymous accounts. He told his story, in detail, how he was shot, how he survived, and who set him up. The post went viral within days. People were stunned. News outlets picked it up. Police reopened the case. With pressure mounting, Vince cracked. He confessed to the affair, the plan, and Laura's role. She had set Daniel up. She was arrested, charged as an accomplice to attempted murder. In court, Daniel sat silent, watching Laura face what she tried to escape. The trial lasted 2 weeks. Vince got 35 years. Laura received 18 for conspiracy and obstruction. When it ended, Daniel felt hollow, but free. He sold their home and donated the money to a victim support charity. Then, slowly, began sharing his story, publicly this time. People listened, not just to the story of a man who survived 7 bullets, but of one who refused to let hate consume him. He became a symbol of resilience, of rising through pain, of surviving betrayal. And whenever someone asked him how he made it through, Daniel would simply say, "You don't need a weapon to strike back. The truth is more powerful than any bullet."